This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Jay McLovin. How's it going, guys?
I'm good.
Sure, not too bad. Not too bad, especially after last night's football game. I don't know if y'all fell asleep in it. I fell asleep, I think, a couple of times, but it wasn't too bad of a game, man, honestly.
Yeah, I watched Monday Night Raw and then switched over, and I switched over just in time to see Chicago fall apart and Minnesota go on a run. Man, it was a weird Sunday and Monday Night Football where teams just give up big leads there at the end of the games on Sunday night and on Monday night. Well, let's jump into it, guys. Minnesota beat the Chicago Bears 27-24, and Minnesota scored 21 points in the third quarter. Chicago had pretty well shut them down the whole game up until the fourth quarter. Chris, your thoughts about this game?
JJ McCarthy outplayed Caleb Williams in this game. Minnesota got off to a rocky start offensively, couldn't get no drives going. Basically the whole first half until Chicago fucked up. Well, not really fucked up, but they settled for that field goal there late, going to score right before half. You getting the ball back, and then you let Minnesota go down and get McCarthy completes a long pass down the sideline. Minnesota kicks a field goal to make it 17-6 or 10-6, whatever it was at halftime, instead of only 3 points. And that throw right there, I think, gave McCarthy some a little bit of confidence, because he came out in the second half, looked like a totally different quarterback than the first half. And a lot of that too was in the first half, it wasn't that McCarthy was missing throws. It was he wasn't having time to throw the ball. They couldn't run the ball. They just couldn't do nothing offensively in the first half. Second half, they finally found some rhythm, and then McCarthy just took over the game in the fourth quarter. Made a couple big throws to Justin Jefferson, and then had the big run to score the final touchdown for him. Caleb Williams, he looked pretty good. I thought he looked pretty good in the first half, especially the first drive. But then he went from getting the ball out on time to in the first half to the second half wanting to play hero ball and run around trying to make a play. Instead, where in the first half it was more running the offense and the ball was getting out on time. You didn't see that as much in the second half. And Brian Flores' defense played a lot better in the second half. He was bringing some blitzes. But no, I was impressed with McCarthy, especially in that fourth quarter. He made one big mistake, threw that pick six in the first half. He bounced right back from that pick six and was able to – you never saw him lose his composure, where there's times I've seen Caleb Williams lose his composure. So McCarthy impressed me. I think the Bears will get better as the season goes, but they got to get more consistent, especially with Ben Johnson's offense. He wants the ball out on time, and his offense isn't going to work as good as it did in Detroit if the ball's not getting out.
Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams came out and said that he felt like the team lost focus in that fourth quarter. I agree with that to a certain extent, especially at least on Williams' part, even more so. When you look at the first quarter, they did well. When you look at the second, third, and fourth quarter, I want to pull that up real quick to pull up the stat on that one. And when you look at the second quarter, Caleb Williams went 4 of 7 for 56. Third quarter, he went 4 of 10 for 35. And the fourth quarter, he went 4 of 9 of 64 and a touchdown. So I think there was a little bit of loss of focus on Chicago as a whole. But also, I think McCarthy, to your point, Gonzo, was his first real, official start. I think he probably came out a little bit nervous in that first half. Took him a little while to get his feet wet. I think they went in there at halftime. I think Kevin O'Connell probably had a couple of conversations with him, settled his quarterback down, then went out there and handled business. And that fourth quarter was all McCarthy. I think there was it 2 or 3 scores. I think they put in that fourth quarter.
3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's just one of those things where it took McCarthy a little bit to settle down and get into his rhythm. Obviously, Justin Jefferson has just come off that injury, so I don't think he was really 100% either. But yeah, man, what a hell of a good game to start out between those two guys. And again, like I said, Caleb Williams, man, is 0-3 against the other guys in his draft class. It's not really too good for Caleb right now.
And one thing that hurt Minnesota a little bit too in that first half was, I think it was like the second drive Minnesota had.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson dropped the ball, and Minnesota would have had the ball in the red zone, chance to maybe get some points early, and that might have helped settle McCarthy down. But instead, it's a drop. It's another 3 and out. You know what I mean? So I think and it wasn't an easy catch. It wasn't just like it was a little low, but he went down and hit Justin Jefferson in the chest and went right through his arms. You don't see that happen very often with Jefferson. So I think if he makes that catch, that first half could have maybe looked a little different, because that might have got McCarthy going earlier. They would have got some points right there, and then you're feeling a little better about yourself than another 3 and out. But I was impressed with McCarthy. Like, he never looked rattled. Even when everything was going bad, like, he never looked like he was rattled. And even if you saw him on the sidelines when they showed him, he was over there talking to his receivers, talking to his offensive linemen, keeping everybody spirits up. So I thought that was a good sign, showing his leadership, especially for a young guy. I mean, yeah, he's not a rookie no more, but it's his first ever time playing in the NFL because he got hurt last year.
No, I totally agree with that. Let me ask you another question. I want to talk about DeAndre Swift for a second. 17 carries, 17 carries, 53 yards, 3.1 yards per carry. It was told to me today that he needs to have at least 20 or 22 carries for that number to be correct. I don't know. I think you get 17 shots at the apple, and all you're giving me is 3.1 on an average. I don't know. To me, I don't think they got enough out of DeAndre Swift. How do y'all feel about that?
I think they need more out of the running game, but I think it was more of their offensive line getting pushed around by Minnesota's defensive line than it was Swift not being capable.
Yeah. And that's my point, though. Do you think that if he would have gotten to 22 carries, let's say instead of 17, that average yards per carry would have been a lot higher?
I don't think so, because like I said, I watched most of the game. I watched basically all that game, and most of the night, Chicago's offensive line was getting whooped.
Yeah,
I mean, they were, especially against the run. Minnesota done a good job of stopping the run, and then they're basically trying to get Caleb Williams off his first read, because they figured if he got him off his first read, then he was going to try to run around and make plays, and then they could try to collapse on him. But yeah, I don't think 3-4 more carries was going to make a big difference on his average. No.
Let me ask one other question. Off same topic, just a different quarterback. I saw earlier today I'm gonna go back real quick to Tua, where they were saying I think one of your cornerbacks was talking about Tua, saying if you get him off that first read, that Tua is pretty much panicking. I don't know if y'all see that comment, what I'm talking about?
It was Xavier Howard.
Thank you.
He used to play. He played for the Dolphins. He came to the Colts from the Dolphins. Yeah, he told the Colts players that either before leading up to the game, but it was before the game. He had told the rest of the Colts defense.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because I know we were talking about.
And if you watch Tua, that's I mean, if you watch him throughout his career, that's been one of his issues. Like, if you can get him off if you can get that first read covered, he can struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he likes to get the ball out of his hands quick. And that's why his completion rate is usually pretty good because he gets it out quick. But if you stop him from getting out quick, it goes way down. He's a completely different quarterback.
Yeah, I just thought that was, I know we were talking about Caleb in the first read, and that just made me think of Tua and that comment about him. So I just want to talk to you about that.
Did you guys, to me, because I didn't see much of the first 3 quarters, but the big thing to me in the fourth quarter, I mean, I know I thought McCarthy played well, didn't look like a rookie at all in that fourth quarter. That's all I seen him play. He looked like an experienced quarterback out there. But the thing that really sounds like made a big difference was the offensive line from Minnesota in the fourth quarter, the way they played, because the running game got going. And when the running game got going, then the passing game got going. So I think Chicago's defense did a great job the first 3 quarters. Let me ask you this, both of you. Why do you we seen the Sunday night game and a collapse in the fourth quarter? We've seen this game a collapse in the fourth quarter. Do you think teams got tired first game of the year? Mental focus? Why do you think that these? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Buffalo's got a great quarterback and everything, but why do you think this? McCartney's not a great quarterback yet. So I mean, you got 2 different spectrums there. Why do you think this happened? In 2 games, one on Sunday night and one on Monday night. Chris, what do you think? And then Jay.
To me, they were two different things, because yet like the Buffalo comeback, they got the 15 points in like 5 minutes, where with the Bears and Vikings, if it wouldn't been for the one mistake by McCarthy and threw that pick 6, that's a 10-6 game going into the fourth quarter. So I mean, it really. And then they got that, made it 17-6, and then Minnesota went on a run. Then the Bears got the touchdown to make it 24 there right at the end of the game.
Yeah,
because Vikings got up 27-17.
Yes.
So like the Bears offense never really put up a lot of points, and like they ended up getting 17 points, but the last 7 was right at the end of the game. And the other 7 of their 24 points came off their defense, getting that pick 6. Biggest difference in that game, what flipped that game to me, was most of the game, the Bears' defensive line was controlling the line of scrimmage. Both defensive lines was controlling the line of scrimmage. Minnesota was controlling the line of scrimmage with their defense, and so was the Bears. And in that second half, especially the fourth quarter, the Bears' defensive line wasn't controlling the line of scrimmage anymore. The Minnesota's offensive line, I don't know if they figured something out or if the Bears' defensive line got tired, but to me that was the big difference in the game, because once they were able to run the ball, it freed up everything. It freed up everything else for the Vikings. And then with Buffalo and Baltimore, depends on how you look at it. It was either a great play by Oliver on the defense for punching the ball out, or it was a huge mistake by Derrick Henry that kind of opened the door for Buffalo to be able to complete that comeback. I'll look at it as a great play by Oliver, because it wasn't just a fumble. He punched that, he knocked that ball loose. So I give more credit to the defensive guy than that it was just a choke job by the defender or the running back. I mean,
Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of tend to lean a little bit towards what he's saying. Also, I lean toward a little bit more towards even what Caleb Williams is saying, is the fact that I think the Bears, that second half, number one, lost focus. I also think that McCarthy, when he went into halftime, talked to Kevin O'Connell. I think him and Kevin O'Connell looked at him, gave him that verbal reassurance. I think McCarthy came out the second half with a little bit more confidence that his coach was behind him, and a little bit more poise behind him with that. And I think that interception, like Chris was talking about, kind of took a part of that. But ultimately, I think it was just McCarthy came out a little bit more confident. And I think the Bears came out a little bit lackluster, because they were doing well the first 3, but that last quarter just fell apart for them. So how you start is how you finish. And I think Minnesota started out slow, but I think they came on towards that third. I think when they went into halftime, they came out a little bit more pep in their step, and then increased. And I think the fourth quarter was just the fourth quarter.
Guys, it was really, I mean, I know NFL's been away for a long time, but this was, and we probably say this every year, but this first week was a really good week, man. We had a lot of good games, a lot of close games. The Sunday night game, the Monday night game was good. I mean, The Thursday night game was good. So we had a lot of good football. I know Jay's Dallas team didn't get the win over the Super Bowl champs, but I thought they played good. I thought there was some good signs from Dallas in that game. Of course, the coach looked great. Of course, it's one game. Guys, let's go to our next segment. NFL good and NFL bad. What was some of the good things that you seen as far as players or teams or whatever you thought was good, and what did you think the bad was? Chris, I'll let you go first.
Bad for me, Detroit Lions. They looked bad just on both sides of the ball. That was surprising to me. I thought they might. I thought they might look a little slow on the offensive side of the ball, just first game or two, just because you do have a new coordinator. But in defense, I thought, there might be. It's going to look a little different because you got a different coordinator. I didn't think that'd be that big of a drop off. They didn't look like a Dan Campbell team at all. They didn't have that fire you usually see out of the Detroit Lions. They wouldn't the more physical team like they usually are. Especially since Campbell's been there. The Lions are most times, if you watch the Lions game, they're the more physical team. Green Bay was the more physical team in that game. Tua was bad. Everybody talks about his accuracy. He was way inaccurate on a Sunday against the Colts. And then some good stuff. Colts, Daniel Jones. Was happy to see him come out and have a good opening first start with the Colts, especially how things ended in New York. And then J.J. McCarthy last night in the fourth quarter. That impressed me last night for a rookie to be able to stay calm. And he's the first rookie, I think it was since Steve Young to have 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, if I remember right. So that was some good things. That Dallas, I'll give the Cowboys a little credit. They looked better. They looked better than what I thought they would. Schottenheimer had them more prepared than, especially after the way the Parsons trade happened right before a week before the opener and stuff. I thought the Cowboys looked pretty good. But yeah, they were. And then Josh Allen. Josh Allen might have won the MVP again week 1 of the damn season with the performance he had on Sunday night. So, it was a good week 1. I think this year's week 1 was a lot better than last year's. Last year it seemed like the first couple of weeks wasn't very many points scored. Didn't have very many real good games. We've had a lot of games already in the first week that came down right to the end. We had Falcons lose off a missed field goal at the end. We had the Steelers hit a 60. The guy hit a 60-yard field goal in that game to give them the lead or to tie the game 1-2 late in the fourth quarter. So we've already got some pretty dramatic moments early or already in the first week of the NFL where it seemed like last year, first couple of weeks of the season was a little slow. So I would say all in all it was a great week 1.
What about you, Jay? What about some good and some bad?
Yeah, there's a lot of good and some bad and some surprisings. I think to me one of the differences was just the lack of running across the league. There was, if you take out Derrick Henry, he's probably the difference of all of them, right? He had a good game rushing, but I thought the rest of across the league, the rushing was just not all that great. And I think that's just because it's just preseason week 1. I know it's week 1 regular season, but it's still for them, it feels like preseason. I'm still getting used to it. So I think just a lack of production for the running back position across the league was really surprising to me. The second thing was I thought a lot of these rookie quarterbacks have done a really great job coming out. Like you said, I think Caleb Williams is still a work in progress, but I saw some good things out of Caleb Williams under Ben Johnson. J.J. McCarthy obviously looked good towards the end of that game. So, there's a lot of really – obviously, Penix I thought looked really good out there for Atlanta. One of the things that kind of shocked me a little bit was I didn't really know what to expect from Brian Schottenheimer with the Cowboys. I didn't know what the rule on him was everything was pretty negative. Him getting his first coaching gig and things like that. But I really thought he had the Cowboys disciplined for the first time since Wade Phillips was the Dallas Cowboys head coach. That was good to see. It was refreshing. The fact that we didn't go in there and get our doors blown out like everybody was expecting to happen was refreshing. The fact that we actually put up a good fight was pretty refreshing. Now, CD does need to work on some things, but I thought the Eagles looked fairly. The Eagles look good, all things considered. They are the NFL champions still. I thought the Chiefs losing to the Chargers staying healthy and putting out a good product on the field. It was crazy to see the Chiefs go down in week 1 and start out 0-1. That was nuts to me. I have now ruled out Kyle Pitts as a dud. I'm going to give up on him as a tight end, looking at him as something that could be great. I'm just not seeing it from him. Although Brock Bowers, that guy had a great day for the Raiders. So now Brock Bowers is looking like a stud to me. Obviously, Kittle goes down with injury. I think Kittle is out for a significant part of time. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes down out there in San Francisco with him being on the injured list. But, ultimately, I thought it was a pretty good week, man. Cardinals beating the Saints. The fact that the Saints kept it as close as they did with the Cardinals, given that they don't really have a true quarterback, was interesting. And then, I thought the Jets turning themselves around from being a dumpster fire, what everybody thought, actually putting on a competitive performance. Versus the Steelers and Justin Fields. I actually got a little bit of hope now for Justin Fields being a good quarterback. I think, that Aaron Glenn and that Jets organization may actually do something they haven't done in a while, which is maybe develop a quarterback. I don't know. It's interesting. I just think across the league, Bo Nix, I think Bo Nix kind of let me down a little bit. I was a little higher on Bo Nix until that Titans game. I felt like he should have been a little bit more dominant there. So that kind of surprised me. I really thought I had a little bit higher expectations for Bo Nix week 1. But I think there was definitely some good things and some surprising things along the way.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really thought Denver would beat Tennessee by 14 points, and it was a pretty close game. And Denver's offense never got going. I'll go with my bad first, guys. Cincinnati Bengals offense. And that was shocking to me. I know Cleveland's got a pretty good defense, but for the Bengals, they only got 133 yards total offense. And look at all the money they spent on offense and don't spend on their defense. So Cincinnati Bengals, the Bears' defensive collapse in the fourth quarter. You hold a team to 6 points the first 3, and then you fall apart. And the same thing, honestly, for Baltimore's defense. And also, I'm going to say Buffalo's defense didn't play real good either. They give up 40 points. I know Baltimore's a good team, but you're at home. You expect the defense to play a little better. So I wasn't happy with either one of those defenses. Miami, the whole team, not just, the quarterback, but the whole team for Miami looked like they wasn't ready to play. And I can't think of one person on that Miami team that I thought looked good at any position. And pretty much watched that whole game. So there's my bad. For my good, Josh Allen played great. I thought Lamar Jackson looked good. Another one, Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdowns. Thought he played fantastic. Daniel Jones. Chris, what did he have? I know he had 2 rushing touchdowns. He only had 1 passing or 2 passing.
He had 1 passing, 2 rushing.
Three total. So I thought Daniel Jones couldn't have played any better for his opener game.
He had 200 yards passing the first half, first time ever in his career.
Yeah. So it looked fantastic. And then Obuko for Tampa Bay had 2 TDs. I think he had maybe about 65 yards receiving, but 2 TDs. I was impressed with him. I did see the Daniel Jones interview with McAfee yesterday. That was pretty good because he is very laid back and shy. He's not your typical. I think be a perfect fit in Indianapolis. Him being in New York don't seem like it would have been a perfect fit because he's very laid back and very shy, or at least seemed that way in that interview. So, but yeah, that's my good. Man, week 1 was good. Hopefully, and I was also impressed with Dallas, guys. I'm gonna make them. If Dallas stays healthy, I'm predicting that when they play Philadelphia again, and it will be at Dallas, they will beat Philadelphia.
The Bengals, you mentioned the Bengals about bad. They only had 7 yards passing in the second half of that football game.
That's nuts. When you got $300 million and you're only getting 7
And then,
yards.
one good thing I forgot to mention too would be Tyler Warren. For the Indianapolis Colts, our rookie, the rookie we drafted at tight end, had a great first game, big impact. Hell, they lined him up in 6 different positions or 6 different spots on the field. They even gave him a carry. That you can see the game plan was to get him involved early. I think he caught 3 or 4 passes on our first drive. But yeah, he was another guy that had a great rookie debut.
Oh, he almost had more catches, and I'm being a little facetious here. Almost had more catches tight end in the first game than our whole damn tight end group last year.
Yeah, you know how many catches we had last year as a tight end group the whole year?
Not a lot.
Take a guess, Jay. Take a guess.
I'd say probably about 10.
No, it wasn't that low.
Right. You were making it sound pretty bad.
Yeah, it is bad. It's bad. But
It's bad.
I'll say 25.
39.
Yeah.
39.
Yeah, you're talking 3 or 4 tight ends that they used. And
Oh, yeah.
this was something the Colts were big at for tight end. That's really hurt our team, not having somebody at tight end productive. And that's why I think that Warren is going to be, like I said, I think he's going to lead the team in catches. Maybe not yards, but I think he'll lead the team in catches. And I think he's going to be, I think he could be, if he stays healthy, if Daniel Jones stays healthy, I think he'll be a big reason why Daniel Jones will do well with the Colts.
You know, I think Daniel Jones probably gets a lot more slack or not slack. He gets a lot more flack. That was the word, flack. He gets a lot more flack than I think what he should. I think when he was in New York, that was just a really tough spot for him. You know, I mean, he had a good running back, but he really didn't have any wide receivers. He really didn't have an offensive line per se. I think he just got put into a bad position. But there were games in New York, though, where he did have good in passing statistics in his game. And I think a lot of times that gets overlooked. And, you know, now he's with Indy, he's got a good O-line. He's got a good wide receiver in Pittman. He's got a good tight end. He's got a great running back. You know, he's actually got a team out there that will support and develop him. That goes a lot of ways. And I think Danny Dimes he's going to show you a lot. And I think Tyler Warren really is a good beneficiary of what Danny can do.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was a great first week, guys. You guys got anything else, or are you guys ready to go to some baseball?
I just have one more thing. Colts suck. We can go now.
Well, we'll see a little bit more how the Colts got Denver.
The Colts suck. The Cowboys really suck because we have a better record. We won a game.
Look, you're messing with the guy with 30 years of depression over the Cowboys. There's nothing you can say that's going to be said 10 times worse. I'm not saying
wait a minute.
What depression looks like.
Whoa, I forgot. You're not a Cowboys fan. You're really a Texans fan. But
I knew you put that in there. Oh.
The weird thing is the Colts play Denver this week at home, but we still play a 4 o'clock game.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it was a 4 o'clock game. I thought for sure it'd be a 1 o'clock game. We always play at 1 at home. We never play at 4 o'clock at home.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Okay, guys, let's go to some Major League Baseball. I'm gonna go to the bad first. The fucking Reds lost the extra innings. Jay, listen to this. They lost. This is the season right here. This is why the Reds are going to not make the playoffs. They've lost 11 extra inning games this year.
Yeah.
11 extra inning games. That right there is why you're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They were up 3-1. They give up the lead. I'm very aggravated with my Reds right now. I'm glad that they were competed most of the season, but I'm unless there's something miraculous happens, I think they're done for this season. Chris, what do you think about the Reds?
That's it. Again, we should have won. You're up 3-0 going into the 6th inning. You give up 3 runs in the 6th, tie it up 3-3, and then you make an error because the fucking McLean can't catch a fucking ball at first base, and that's why one of the reasons they were able to score their run in the 10th inning.
Yeah.
But guy bunted to try to get the runner from second to third. pitcher or Steer fields it, or no, Martinez fields it, throws it to first, and it was a little inside, like inside the baseline, but the runner wasn't there yet. McLean didn't have to come off the base or nothing. It hits him in the palm, and he drops it. And so now you have runners on first and third, no outs. You'd had a runner on third with one out. We strike out the next batter, so then you would have had 2 outs with the runner on third. But instead, you only had the 1 out, and then they get a base hit and win the game. But it was good. That's 2 games that we've lost.
No, Chris, it was
we'd won our last 2 games. But the game before that we lost was the game that we had control of the whole game and found a way to lose. And then we done it again last night. I mean, that the Mets had lost yesterday. The Diamondbacks lost. I mean, that would have been a big win for us last night to get that win, and it would have had us on a 3-game winning streak.
Yep.
And it'd been a big win starting this road trip out west. But we make too many errors at inopportune times. And then I mean, you can't give teams extra outs, and then you get a 3-run lead. You got to find a way to get out of it, and you can't give up a 3-run inning in the 6th.
Yep.
Looked like they were going to get out of it, only giving up 1 run, and the guy hit a 2-out triple that scored 2 runs.
Yeah, some other scores. Phillies, of course, like you said, the Mets lost. Phillies beat the Mets 1-0. Seattle beat St. Louis 4-2. The Giants beat Arizona 11-5. Like you mentioned, Arizona lost, but the Giants won. Cleveland all over Kansas City in a big game, 10-2. Of course, San Diego beat the Reds 4-3. Dodgers come back and beat the Colorado 3-1. Yeah, not real happy. Jay, you guys are getting ready to start a big series with Toronto, and the Tigers are at the Yankees. So a couple big series getting ready to start. These other series are just started on Monday with these games that happened Monday night. But the Astros were off, and so were the Yankees. They both start big series tonight. So, Jay, what do you think about last night? Anything stood out to you? Okay, Chris.
Hey, real quick, Jay. There's been no hitters thrown in Major League Baseball this season so far. Do you know when the last season was that we've had a season in Major League Baseball with no hitters thrown?
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about that. I don't know when the last season. I want to say, wasn't there one last season though? I thought
there was a no hitter last season, yes.
Yeah.
But the last time there was a season with no hitters thrown was 2005, and so far this season there has been no hitters thrown yet. So if that holds, this will be the first time in 20 years.
20 years, jeez. How old is Austin?
25.
So also have been 5 years old the last time there was a no hitter. Well, wasn't even in grade school yet. No, yeah, I actually thought that was crazy. But we did almost get twice yesterday. We got close. Oh, we flirted with it. Well, I'd say we didn't flirt with it. They did. The Dodgers.
The Reds. Andrew Abbott, or no, Lodolo for the Reds was 1 out. Was 1 strike away from having a no hitter earlier this year.
Yeah,
1 strike.
1 strike.
So close. So close. If there was a 2-strike game instead of a 3-strike game, maybe we would have had
1 strike. That would suck. Get down your 1 pitch away.
Oh man. Hey, you know what though? Hey, anything can happen. Hey, that one lapse of memory, maybe you hang it or something, don't realize it. Bam, done. And that's what happened. Dodgers glass now. Blake Treinen. They went eight no innings, and then Tanner Scott just got it up the butt when he got to the clubhouse. Because in the 9th inning, or excuse me, in the 8th inning, it was the 9th. I apologize. It was the 9th inning. Tanner Scott gives up the no. They wind up winning that game still 3-1. But he actually spoiled that one. And then the other one was for the Cleveland Guardians, Slades Ciccone, however you say that his name, lost a no-hitter for Cleveland in the 8th inning to Michael Massey from Kansas City. He hit the leadoff single and spoiled the no. And you're right, it has been 4 decades ago that a no. Let's see, 4 decades ago that a no. Oh no. Okay, Seals. Okay, so yeah, it's been a hot minute for Cleveland. The last no hitter for Cleveland was like 4 decades ago. So that's what I was trying to read my writing. But so it's been a hot minute since Cleveland's had a no 40 plus years. So they got it. They almost ended it. But nope, that streak will continue. But no, as far as the Astros are concerned, we got Toronto tonight, man, and I think we have them at home if I'm not mistaken. Because I think right after that, I think we have. I know we have Toronto, and I know at some point I want to say Seattle, maybe Seattle.
Yeah, you guys are at Toronto tonight.
Yeah, and then I think we got Seattle right after that. So I mean, when you look at how close, I mean, we are close right now in the standings. There's not a whole lot of room for error right now. Texas is surging. Houston and Seattle are kind of staying status quo. I think Texas is 3 games out of first place. So I don't know, man. Every game is important, and like you said, we got Toronto, and Toronto is the top of the top right now in the AL. So I don't even know who we have on the mound tonight, to be honest with you. Let me go look at it. But I mean, we can. I don't know if we have to. We don't have to sweep it. I don't think we're at that point yet, but we definitely have to win this series. I don't think we can lose a series to Toronto this close to going into the playoffs. We need some momentum builders. And right now, Houston is in desperate need of a momentum builder to get us in that situation. This series, Toronto series, followed by that Seattle series. If we can just win those 2 series, that would set us up nice going into the playoffs, right? Jake Myers made his return. Luis Garcia has made his return over the last week. So we definitely need to get those 2 guys going. And if we can get those 2 guys going, that's going to be huge, not only for our starting rotation, but also our offensive. We've been really anemic offensively the last couple of weeks, really. So I'm hoping Jake Myers can get that back on track, or help us get that back on track.
Yeah, Jay, because I mean, if you lose this series to Toronto and you lose the series to Seattle, I mean, who knows where you'll be? I mean,
exactly.
Good chance you won't. There's a possibility you won't be in front of the division, and where will you be in the wild card, depending on what Seattle does with the Cardinals. I don't know who Seattle plays in the next series, and then also Texas too. So I mean, yeah, it's a must-win series. I mean, at the worst, you want to come out in these next 6 games at least be 3-3 at the worst. But yeah, you definitely really don't want to lose these 2 series. So you could be. And don't get me wrong, Seattle could lose, and you may not lose any ground. But if you win, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, just to let you know, I said Luis Garcia is actually getting a start tonight for the Astros, and he's going up against Jose Berrios. They got Toronto heavily favored in this one. Garcia's got a 4.50 ERA, but that's not a very accurate ERA because he's only been back 1 game. So I don't really take his ERA too much into consideration. The game's at home. The fact that they got the Astros at 38% chance to win, I think that's very misleading. I think the winning chance is a little higher than just 38%. But it should be interesting tonight.
Yeah, it should be. Chris, any other teams stand out to you in this playoff race right now?
The Padres, their batting order can be tough to get through. And the additions they made at that trade deadline even made it better. They're a team that, if they get hot, could be real scary going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they're only 1 game out of the division with the Dodgers. So I mean, it looks like it could go down to the wire. I don't know if they've got any games left with each other or not. But yeah.
Other thing that sucked was staying up to almost 1 o'clock in the morning last night to watch the Reds lose in extra innings.
Yeah, I agree.
If they're going to lose, they could have just done it in fucking 9 innings. At least that would have saved me about a half hour, 20 minutes. It was aggravating because I was watching the football game and the Reds game, and we're up 3-0 the whole game. Like the whole game, look, it's going smooth.
Oh yeah,
and boom, you have that one inning. And even in our bullpen, like Pagan or Santillan came in the 8th, pitched good. Pagan pitched real good in the 9th.
The young guy, Kent Phillips, pitched good in the seventh.
Oh yeah, Phillips came in, looked real good. Just had that one the sixth inning.
It was Suter came in. Yeah, Suter you never know about, and then the other guy too, Barlow. I'm not sold on
Barlow does pretty good. The problem with Barlow, and I think why some people get why like you and some other people are getting sour on him, is he pitches every fucking day. Like him and Santion, if you look, they pitch.
Santion definitely does.
Well, and Barlow too. They pitch almost every day. If you look, compare their innings to like they lead both of them are up there top in the league for appearances. Santion has the most appearances, and Barlow's not far behind him. So I think that they pitch so much. So then when they do have a bad, it kind of stands out a little more when they do have some of them bad moments. Because Barlow hasn't been terrible for us, but there is times it does. But you see him out there every day, so you're like, damn. But the Suter was a guy that early in the year I was like, dude, we need to quit pitching him. But here lately, I've been pitching pretty good. Then last night he just didn't have his stuff.
Yeah.
Our hitting's picked up, but our pitching has let us down at key moments as of late. So that's been kind of what the Reds. And then, like I said, if the extra inning games, man, if we go 11 of them, if we go 500 there or win 6 out of those 11, we're in a different position right now.
We've been terrible in extra inning games.
You know what's crazy to me is, I'm curious. I was just thinking about this earlier today. I saw there's where Paredes. I saw Paredes was taking ground balls, and that could lead up to him being available come playoff time. And I'm thinking to myself, what are the Astros going to do with that infield? They literally have Paredes, Correa, Pena, Altuve, Walker. How are they going? Who's going to be the odd man out there? And how do you work that? Because that's going to be a huge logjam. So I'm not sure how they're going to work that issue out once Paredes comes back.
Did you guys see that? I know this is off subject, but did you guys see that Brock Purdy might miss this week's game for the Central?
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
What happened to him?
Shoulder. If I remember right, has something going on with the shoulder.
Okay. And the fact that Kittle's out, I mean, I guess Seattle's starting to look pretty good in that division right now. Yep. Yeah, I think that's just I think that's just due to injuries.
49ers will be all right. Mac Jones.
Well, I should say the Rams, not the Rams. I meant to say the Rams.
Mac Jones will come in and play good till Purdy gets back.
Yeah, ask Frankie Cruz Jr. how he feels about Mac Jones.
when he had a real offensive coordinator, he was pretty good.
Well, that's true. When he had Josh McDaniels, he did look pretty good. And then once Josh, that was matter of fact, because that was the year they made it to playoffs.
Yep, and then the next year he had fucking Matt Patricia as his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and then he went straight in. Well, no, it was a Patricia / what was the other dude? It was like
Joe Judge.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he had 2 offensive coordinators, and neither one of them had offensive experience.
Where is McDaniels at now? Is he back in New England?
Yeah, I think he's a coordinator. If I'm not mistaken,
he's the offensive coordinator for the Patriots now.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, by the way, did you see how interesting it was that Bill Belichick won't? And I think did we talk about this the other day?
No, you mentioned it, but we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, hey, Bill Belichick won't let nobody from the Patriots organization come to them practices or games or whatever. And yet they asked Vrabel, and Vrabel's like, well, I mean, the man was here when Tom Brady's statue was resurrected. I guess he can come here anytime he wants.
I don't blame Bill. I don't blame Bill for not letting any of the Patriots scouts there go there.
Yeah.
The way Kraft and them buried him in that documentary.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do Kraft and them no favors. I can understand them having a little bit of a grudge.
Oh, they buried him, did they?
Oh yeah, in that documentary, they tried to make it look like Bill had nothing to do with the success of the Patriots.
That it was all Tom.
It was all basically Kraft and Tom is the way that documentary tried to make it.
Well, I don't know how it'd be fucking Kraft. I mean, yeah, he's spending the money, but
Yeah, that documentary thing, you should watch it. But yeah, it was real good too, because I'm not a Patriots fan, but it was good. I just like watching documentaries about like dynasties and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
and it was good. I liked it, but yeah, it was basically a burial of Belichick is what the Crafts used that for.
well, guys, I've got to go unless we have anything else. You guys ready to get out of here?
Yeah, the only thing I was gonna say was yeah, go Astros. Screw the Reds. Hell with the cold. Go
I think the Reds are screwed. So.
Nah, I'm just teasing, man. Hey, y'all won y'all's game. I lost mine, so you're already one up on me. So
Go Indiana Jones, man. Let's beat those Broncos. Let's beat them Broncos ass. Let's go.
One thing before you get out of here. Hey, tune in tonight, 9:00 Central, 10:00 Eastern for the evening recap show. We're gonna throw down probably be 30 45 minutes, whatever time we do. But yeah, that'll be starting tonight. That'll be a Monday through Friday show, 30 35 minutes at most, probably maybe 40 minutes. But that starts at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. That's it.
Who's going to be on that show, Jay?
Just me and my boy Austin and whoever else wants to come on. I sent out the what do you call it? I sent out the link in the. I'm gonna put out the link to the group chat as soon as we get off the show here in a few minutes. So it'll be pretty much anybody that wants to come on this show is available. But yeah, so it should be interesting.
All right, guys. Well, everybody have a good day, and we'll see everybody tomorrow afternoon.